Well, this is very
Ooh,
pretty.
cool.
Yeah. And the music is really pretty, so
I believe you.
that just makes me happy. We're Mixed Nerds, and today we're going to be trial running Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. It's a game that I've been waiting for a long time, so I hope everyone else enjoys it.
I'm Ben.
I'm Laura.
And Emily is the one who never says her name.
Right. Alright, guess I'll just start right up.
This is really pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I should probably read this. Eora, a world where mortals live, die, and are reborn through the turning of the wheel. The cycle of reincarnation, watched over by the gods and made possible through pillars of a mystical substance known as Adra. 5 years ago, you traveled from your home to the Deerwood, a nation that had waged war against the incarnated god of light, Eothas, resulting in his destruction. The country suffered from a plague of Hollowborn, infants born without souls, that many believed was punishment for killing a god.
So is that from the first game or is this new?
Yeah, it's from the first game.
Are we the same character as we were in game one then?
I don't know. In an ancient, secluded ruin, you witnessed a secret ritual that inadvertently transformed you into a watcher, one who can see and speak with souls. The ritual also gave you horrible visions, waking nightmares of a past life that threatened your sanity. To put them to rest, you pursued the man who had led the ritual, a seemingly immortal agent of the gods known as Theos Ix Arcanon. With divine assistance, you confronted and defeated Theos, ending your visions and resolving the Hollowborn crisis. In so doing, you also learned the great secret that Theos had protected, that the ancient empire of Anguith had transformed themselves into gods. I guess spoilers for the first game. Your visions finally put to rest, you retired to the castle of Caed Nua, built atop a massive statue of pure Adra, where you ruled in relative peace and prosperity. I see a butt coming.
When did we
Like, or
become a
until-
ruler?
That was kind of like an extra in the first game. You had your own keep.
Made a nice story. You fixing up that old keep? Lifting the curse? Must have told it 100 times. But something got to gnawing at me. Thinking the spirits there weren't really at rest. But maybe the gods weren't finished with us. I used to dream that when my God came back, he would forgive us. Last the trouble of dreams. Sooner or later, we all have to wake up.
And so you wake to a sleepless world, the in-between of life and death. That was us? Did we die?
This seems unfortunate.
Whoa.
Follow your memories. You have been here before.
Oh, are we being reborn?
I hope not. That was sudden.
Like maybe being reborn is how the second game starts.
You have seen past the shroud. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay. A watcher sees souls, knows their pasts, and the souls see them back. These are images from the first game.
Oh.
A dubious honor, inheriting a fortress both broken and cursed. That was our fortress, the one that you're asking about, Ben.
Okay. Are all of these walking tiny people us, or are they a bunch of different spirit things?
I don't know. What is a god? A higher power? A rewarder of good deeds and punisher of the wicked? I kind of thought that they were all like different people kind of like taking this journey with us or something. But I suppose it could be all us, like maybe past incarnations of us. The gods aren't real, but something else entirely. Something created by people.
I think is the number of people they're growing.
And did you ever consider that these were things you were never meant to understand? That their comprehension is beyond you? Let the world see. Let them decide what to do. That's pulling people in, apparently.
Oh,
I think we're next.
in a good way?
Whoa.
The wheel has turned again, Watcher.
Light.
What was that, Laura?
I just said don't go into the light. But we did. So,
But what if that's the way to get back? Like maybe that's being born again. I don't know.
what if I don't want to be born again?
You want to just be a weird, shady, glowy person
That
in a
was cool.
nebula for the
Yeah.
rest of your life?
That was a colorful place to be.
I guess, as long as you like purple. I mean, I do like purple, so sure. And like weird, wavy, glowy electric purple is my favorite purple, right?
You sounded unsure about that. You said right? It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know, Ben. It's up to you.
I mean, as in our main character, like that's our main character's favorite color, surely.
Oh, okay. Good thing that's what we are now. We're just purple incarnated. Okay. Who wants to be like the narrator here?
I can, I guess.
Okay.
An aged dwarf shares this strange floating platform with you. His face is creased by so many wrinkles that his features lie buried amid shadowy pockets of skin. Still, the dwarf's well-practiced habits have left telltale tracks of a welcoming rictus across his visage. You can see his smile coming before it blooms, reshaping the dwarf's face from a hanging sack of flesh into something resembling an oddly carved merry gourd, replete with unhealthy bumps and discolored splotches.
So I guess character creation will be where we actually then create our character.
The creases of the dwarf's face tighten into a smile as he gives you a courteous nod. Is that a skeleton hand?
A
Like,
very,
this-
very large one. Oops.
Yes.
Whoa. Very cool.
Sit, please.
Laura, do you want to be this person?
Yeah.
You'd be good at a pallid night.
Thank you for joining us, watcher of
Kadua, I think.
Mua.
We can all pronounce it a different way.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, any of these that are a slightly different color, I can hover over and it will give a bunch of text. So if you ever want me to do that, let me know. Otherwise, I'm not going to bother.
Okay.
It's a castle. That was it. What I saw. The gaunt woman seated at the table is clad in time-worn black armor that seems too massive for her to move in. A pale, slender neck rises from the... Is that French? Is it gorget or is it just gorget?
I'm not actually sure. It's one of those words that I see in books, but don't actually ever hear.
I'll pretend it's gorget. Rises from the gorget, topped by a hollow face. The milky skin stretched across it is delicate and translucent, like parchment that has been scraped clean too many times. Continue. That's also French now. She is preoccupied with the arrangement of cards on the table between you. Table's French, isn't it? With each
Are you
movement-
going to pronounce everything like a French version of it now? Like,
Yeah.
le table?
Arrangement of cards on the table between you. With each movement,
This is what people watch us for, right?
her armor squeaks
So
and grows
funny.
as though bearing an incredible weight. She places a final card, gives a nod of satisfaction, and raises her eyes to meet yours. The Pallid Knight.
Your brush with the divine has drained you of your powers, fractured your memories. Look upon these cards. They represent the courses of your life. You alone know best how they flowed. Arrange them to fit what you remember.
Examine the cards to choose your legacy.
Ooh.
So this basically picks what we did in game one.
Yeah. So, oh, there's an option called Everything Back.
So there's actually really only one goody two shoes option here.
Yeah.
Is
I-
that
I
what
s-
you want to go for?
Yeah. Let's do the first one.
Okay.
Okay. I mean,
I want to be sympathetic too. Does everything appear to be in order?
Yes, we had this whole discussion about it.
Good. Welcome to the Beyond. I am Barath, one half anyway.
she points the finger in the direction of the dwarf who led you here. Though the movement is slight, her gauntlet squeaks like a rusty hinge. Oh. The dwarf's rictus returns as he nods in the woman's direction. Okay, so it's like happy death and creepy death.
Which one's which?
Tell me, do you remember it when we last met?
Well, I don't remember.
I don't remember either. Apparently we're super forgetful too.
Okay, I'll choose I don't remember.
She places a card on the table showing a tall tower. The gods' constellations are arrayed around it in the sky. You remember now. No, I don't.
Not at
You
all.
do. By the power of narrative, you do.
Oh. The Hall of Stars in Twin Elms, where you spoke with the gods.
You came to the tower seeking our aid. You chose to pledge your services to other gods.
Oh, sorry.
Oh. Still, a pledge unmade stands fairer in this court than a pledge broken.
I guess if we'd chosen option 2, we would have pledged to them. Oh, wow. She places a card in the middle of the arrangement, a bell tower with no bell. Her fingertips slowly drag away from the card, faintly creaking as they retreat across the table.
You had needs of the gods once before. Now it seems we have need of you.
Because I'm awesome.
You're just so cool. We need you. The being that occupied
Adnuas.
Adnuas. Statue beneath your castle was the dead god.
Aeothus.
The lettering on my phone is also super small, so I'm always
I'm sorry.
No, that's so fine.
Oh, how can you read that? Wow, I'm really impressed.
Yeah.
Of this we are certain. What we do not know is what his intentions are. Though Ethis stole a large fragment of your soul, you were strong enough to survive the onslaught and enter the in-between.
Yeah, it's a tonal language. You have to pronounce it like a question.
Yeah.
You and he are still connected. He has chosen a body made of living Aedra, perfused with the power of thousands of souls, including yours. It should be little difficulty for an experienced watcher to find him.
Hey, it's the question I was asking earlier.
I like asking if, well, are we dead?
Or is this just like, some sort of costume ball?
Okay, yeah, I realized that you don't actually see what option I choose. I did choose, am I dead?
Okay. No. Oh, that's good. But neither is your body truly alive. Your lungs draw breath, your heart pumps blood, but your flesh is as soulless as a hollow-born. That is until I return you.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. She delicately places a card upright on the table. The art depicts souls flowing out of a pillar of Adra. Like, what is our attitude?
Oh, so like we're a benevolent person, but we could be benevolent in like a grouchy way or something.
Oh, I like that.
I love that.
Okay, I think we have a
Yay.
character.
Yay.
Well, I think the grouchiest ones are either why should I care about this or I'm not doing this. But I think why should I care about this is grouchy, but at least willing to be benevolent. So maybe let's do that.
I've had enough of dealing with the gods, all of you. Why should I care about any of this?
You're not my real god.
Oh dear.
Did you care for the souls of the deerwood who clung to you as they stumbled blindly through the in-between?
I'm actually liking this though. Like, the god of death just being like very questioning. Like,
I'm just reading off a script. Somebody's holding up cards for me.
That's what those cards are on the table.
oh.
Yeah, they tell me what to say. You are a beacon to all of the lost, Watcher. Your soul gleams as brightly to them as Adra itself.
For a moment, there's a glint in the blackness of her eyes, a flash of wondrous recollection.
Those who have fallen in Aeophys's wake are trapped inside him still. If you will not help them, who will?
Hi.
Of course, if
Apparently Tig will help them. I don't know if you can hear
oh,
me.
Tig!
I can hear him.
I hear him. Hi, Tig. Of course, if that doesn't convince you, I can always return you to the wheel and find someone else to pursue him.
Well, I guess if we're being benevolent, Grouchy, then at this point, I think we have to exceed, right?
Yeah.
Then let's get on with it. Honestly, if you refused, I don't know, like, would you just stay here forever? Game over.
Yeah. Good. Before you turn to Yora as my herald, man, you must remember who you were, the last whisper of life and death.
For a moment, the sockets of her eyes darken, leaving the pits of a death's head gazing out at you.
Whoa. When you can picture your own face, the beyond will lead you back to your own kind, to the world of mortals.
Aha, a segue into coming up with our face.
Very nice.
Obsidian did this in Tyranny too. I kind of like it, where, I don't know, it seems like in a lot of RPGs, the default is white guy, so I like how they changed that.
Oh, yeah.
So we went with Orlin.
For maximum fuzziness.
Yeah. Well, for maximum fuzziness, we went with the Wild Orlin.
Yeah.
Yay.
Basically looks like me after not having shaved for a day.
And for, like, the most people hating us, we went with an Orlin Cypher.
Because both are generally distrusted. And Beguiler because that god sounded interesting. Is it god of dreams and illusions and stuff?
Okay.
I think we were 17 in perception, yeah.
I think that was how I had it before. Doesn't really
looks
matter
about-
that much.
That looks about right. Yeah, and then we talked about
Oh, yeah.
a bunch of these things, and we chose the one that sounded kind of Italian.
We're Italian.
And we got really excited about being a dissident.
Because that was our job.
Yeah.
We got lots of money for being a dissident.
Okay.
All of them look like black cowled people.
Yeah, that would be kind of funny if that was like the options that you were given. There should be a game like that where you play as like a cultist and all the portrait options just look the same.
Yes.
So Laura and I actually chose this one. There wasn't actually a blue-skinned Orlin, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I think
Were
it
we
was
medium blue?
Yeah.
I think that was the least weird looking blue.
Something like that. And we had no voice, because I can't hear it anyway. And we went with sassy, although if you want to see some of the other ones, it might be fun.
And then we...
Oh. If we're grumpy, I actually kind of like that.
Depends whether we want to be grumpy or grumpy.
I guess that's true.
What about sullen? Is that...
Sullen was like the
a-
really sad.
Oh,
leaned
why does
over.
everybody hate me?
Yeah.
Yay.
That is a little bit pretentious heroic, I think.
Just like
Average.
Just look at me, creep. How is that roguish?
yeah, roguish is not much different from sassy. It's just like the other hand.
Oh my gosh.
Rogues put their right hand on their hip. Hmm.
I kind of like the stoic one.
It's alliterative.
I love Buzzfire.
And plus fire because we're grumpy.
Right, yeah.
And our fuzz is actually kind of auburn, so...
Yeah,
That's true. This works on a lot of different levels.
it does.
It's a very layered name.
Sure.
Okay.
Go forth now, Watcher, my herald. As my herald, know that I do not give you this title lightly. When the time comes, you will have the power to reveal the souls that cling to you, to open the gateway from the in-between to the waking world.
What's the in-between?
Oh, sorry.
Is that where we were?
Yeah, I think that's where we are.
Okay.
Oh man. Find this is the name. Find Eothas. Learn his plan.
I just really like the image of, the Pallid Knight just being very uncertain about what she's saying,
Yeah.
and like the other half, like kind of gives these cards, these prompt
Yeah.
cards.
Find him, learn his plan. When I have cause to talk to you, I will summon you.
With a quick gesture of her hand, you feel a sharp pain in what would be your chest. The pain continues, intruding deeper into your soul. Looking down, you see a small lump of darkness roiling within you. I don't like this. The darkness lingers there, but the pain abates and fades entirely within the span of a few seconds.
A chime. Do not fear, Herald. It will not harm you unless you choose to cross me. I will trust it will not come to that.
Her gauntleted hand gestures to the dwarf hovering nearby. Okay, I guess we're doing our stoic pose.
Oh yeah.
The dwarf nods, contorts his face with his odd smile, and gestures to a new door.
We're just kind of like, what have you done to me? I wonder, like, does it only go to that pose after you idle for a time? Oh yeah. Explain yourself.
The creases of the dwarf's face tighten into a smile as he gives you a courteous nod. This doesn't look like a very stable bridge.
I mean, what happens if we fall? We die again?
We super die. Oh, there's a person. You sense the steward spirit in the bust, but she is unaware of you. Goosebumps rise on Adair's arms at your approach, but he seems unaware of your presence. We just exploded?
Yes, that's exactly what we did.